So you're going to do two labs, lab 5A and lab 5B. These labs are available on Canvas under lab chemical reactions. You need to take out two packets, LO4 and LO6. You need this is iron wool and this is copper nitrate. We are using this copper nitrate in second reaction also. So use half for this reaction and half for this. And then from this LOC packet, take sodium hydroxide out. And the third one is calcium chloride with sodium carbonate. And both these calcium chloride and sodium carbonate are in your LO4 packet. So here your first reaction is, as you look on the next page, your first reaction is you're going to take the iron wool, a small piece, and add copper nitrate solution, and then you observe the reaction. So this is your iron wool. Put a small piece of it in the weighing board and then add half of the copper nitrate solution into it. Put the drops on the top of iron wool and observe the reaction. Please wear gloves, and then you have to take one picture of each reaction. So when you mix both two, you take the picture. And then these weighing boards, do not throw them at the end. You can wash them and put them back in the lab kit because you're going to use it for later experiments. So here, so when you write down the observation, what you observed, you can observe the formation of some solid, you can observe the bubbles coming out, or there is a change in color. Change in color can be an indication of a chemical change or cannot be, but if you are observing it, write down here. Then you have to write down the balanced molecular equation here. So when you have iron wool, which is iron solid, and if it reacts with copper nitrate solution, then it forms copper and iron nitrate, iron 2 nitrate. So you're basically converting this into an equation and you're writing down here, and then you're balancing it. How to write down the reaction, how to balance it, that is explained in the first video. Once you are done with this, there's one line missing here. You also have to explain whether it is a combination, decomposition, single, or double replacement reaction. So the two videos that I posted before this video, the first video talks about the combination decomposition reaction. The second video talks about the single and double replacement reactions. My suggestion will be that you have to do 3 reactions. You do those 3 reactions and you just write down the observation part here. Then you go back and watch those videos and then do the balancing of the balancing molecular equation. The second reaction you're going to do is you're going to take 4 to 6 drops of sodium hydroxide. This is in the pipette from LO6 packet, and in that, so you put the 4 to 6 drops of sodium hydroxide. We don't have a test tube, so you're going to put it in the weighing board, and in that you're going to add on the top 4 to 6 drops of copper 2 nitrate solution. It's the same solution that you use for the reaction 1, and you mix it and you observe it and write down the observation. So, and here I can give you a statement that when sodium hydroxide reacts with copper 2 nitrate solution, it forms copper 2 hydroxide and sodium nitrate. You're going to write down the whole equation here, and then you're going to balance it, and then you're going to look at the equation and you're going to circle one of these, that whether this reaction is single, double, combination, or decomposition. Right now it sounds very complex, but write down the observations and then go and watch those two videos. If I'm going to play those two videos in the class too, then we are not going to have enough time to do the experiment. The third one is you're going to take 4 to 6 drops of calcium chloride, again in a weighing boat, and then you're adding 4 to 6 drops of copper 2 nitrate solution, sodium carbonate on the top. So let's go back, look at the picture. Both these chemicals are in LO4, and I should have used the dark background. So these are the two pipettes. One has calcium chloride, this has calcium chloride, and this has sodium carbonate. So you put a few drops of, if you're opening this pipette, then just use all of it, put it in this weighing board, and on the top put all of the sodium carbonate, and then observe the reaction, and your observations will go here. And then you have to write down the balanced molecular equation. Calcium chloride here, when it reacts with sodium carbonate, it forms calcium carbonate and sodium chloride. So you write this down in the form of an equation, and then you balance it, and then you look at the equation and you circle one of these, whether it is single replacement, double replacement, combination, or decomposition. You have to circle only one of these. Now these two pages are your lab 5A. You have to take one picture of each reaction, and then you're going to post these two pages along with the pictures under post lab 5A. Then this is your lab 5B, stoichiometry. In this one you are not going to do the reaction. I'm going to give you the data, and you're going to use that data to do the calculation. But what we do in this reaction, in the lab, we take the beaker, and in that beaker, first we take the mass of that beaker. In that beaker, we add around 1 to 1.2 grams of sodium bicarbonate, it's solid, and then we take the mass of the beaker again. After that, you start adding concentrated hydrochloric acid drop by drop. When you add hydrochloric acid in sodium bicarbonate, it produces carbon dioxide, so you see bubbles. You keep adding HCl until the fizzing stops. Once the fizzing stops, means the reaction is complete. So then means all sodium bicarbonate has reacted with HCl. So what is and carbon dioxide leaves, and what is left in the beaker? Sodium chloride and water. And then we heat the beaker to evaporate the water, and then what is left at the end? Sodium chloride. So if you're going to watch, to understand this concept, you watch my second video where I have explained double replacement reactions. So now going here, let's say the mass of the empty beaker is 40.2500, mass of beaker, and when you added sodium bicarbonate into it, you take the mass of beaker with sodium bicarbonate again, and let's say that's the mass here. Then you have to find the mass of sodium bicarbonate. So here I have this is beaker plus sodium bicarbonate. This is just beaker. So how will you find the mass of sodium bicarbonate? By step 2 minus step 1. Now once the reaction is complete, all carbon dioxide is gone, and you got rid of the water by heating the beaker. What is left? Only salt is left in the beaker. And let's say you take the mass of the beaker after heating, which is the mass of the beaker plus sodium chloride. It comes out 41.0930. Then what will be the mass of just NaCl? So this is beaker plus NaCl, and this is beaker. So the mass of NaCl will be this number minus this. That goes here. That is your actual yield of NaCl, which you got it by doing the experiment. How will you find the theoretical yield? The number that is here on step number 3, you go back into this and you replace this number with the number on the step 3. Everything else stays same, and then you calculate this number, the new number, because this will be different, and then you go back and you put that theoretical yield here. Again, what is actual yield? What is theoretical yield? All these things are explained in the second video. In the announcement, in the double replacement reaction. Once you got the theoretical yield, then you calculate the percent yield with this formula. Actual yield divided by theoretical yield times 100. So your actual yield will be on this step, step number 5. Theoretical yield is on step number 6, and then you calculate that, and that goes, percent yield goes here. For step 6 and step 7, you have to show the work here. This is your lab 5B, and you will post it under post lab 5B on the canvas.